Hi guys, my name is Megha Chunjunwala. I studied with Cordon Bleu Paris 10 years ago, cuisine and patisserie both. Ever since I've been cooking for 10 years, I worked in Bombay at Indigo and then I had a cafe in Goa, and I've been traveling around the world and the country and learning local cuisines along the way. Today what I will teach you is dal bukhara. I'm originally from Calcutta though, but I got married and moved to Delhi. So there's so much history and love around dal bukhara, especially in Delhi NCR. So we're going to do that today. My dal bukhara comes very close to the ITC recipe, but of course I'm not challenging them in any way. They're still the masters. I have some additional ingredients in my recipe which is not in the original recipe that I've added to sort of tweak it and ensure I get a similar flavor, if not the same. So let's move ahead and see what ingredients we're using. So for the ingredients, we have tomato puree, 1 cup of that, about 100 grams of butter cubed, about 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, a little less than half a cup of cream. The spices that I have is dhania powder, sukha. I have some garam masala, homemade, and some red chili powder. If you don't want it very spicy, you can actually use a lot more Kashmiri chili powder. I will add some more Kashmiri chili powder as well because it adds a beautiful flavor and some color, which I haven't put on this plate. I'll add that. There's some bay leaves, and I like to add a little bit of kasturi methi as well because it gives it a little sweetness, which I quite like. And that's the dal. I've used half a cup of dal, which I've already soaked and pressure cooked. It's just like regular, like maybe 8 whistles and you're good. And then there's ghee, in which I'm going to cook the food. Try to use a good quality of ghee. The better the ghee, the better the produce, or the end product, of course. And I have some onions, which is not in the original recipe, but we're going to add that. I'm going to see how the onions work in and create a wonderful magic. So I've added 3 tablespoons of ghee. And I've added some bay leaves to this. The bay leaves add a wonderful flavor. I'm going to add 2 chopped onions into this. I finely chopped them. Now I'm going to really cook this and caramelize this so much so that by the end of the time the dal is ready, it's almost like a paste and it adds a beautiful sweetness to the entire dish. So as you can see, I've roasted the pyaz for almost 5-7 minutes, constantly stirring it. It'll become brown. Of course, we can stir it a little more, but I think this is fine because we'll add the other ingredients that will cook as well furthermore. The next thing I will do is add the ginger garlic paste. Give it a little stir, and then you can add the tomato puree. Now if you see, this is actually store-bought tomato puree. You can make some fresh at home as well. If you use the one at home, it's a little less intense. So for something like this, I think I would recommend, instead of 1 store-bought cup of tomato puree, I would recommend the puree made at home of 4 to 5 tomatoes. You can of course cook this on a high flame. Since the tomato puree which I bought from the store is already quite cooked, I can go ahead and add my dal. For the ones who are cooking at home, who eat the one made at home, let it cook a little bit and then you add the dal. You don't have to wait for it to cook all the way, but let it cook a little bit. About 50% of it. I'm going to just add my dal here now. I've strained most of the dal water, as you can see, but I still have a little bit which I'm going to add to this. The dal water has a bit of flavor in it which you don't want to lose. You work that in. Now this is really simple. All you have to do now is add some butter. I'm not adding all of it, I'm adding about little less than half of it. I'm going to add the spices now. Minus garam masala, I'm going to add everything. So there's lal mirchi powder, there's dhania powder, and of course salt. One ingredient I forgot to mention was jeera powder. Try to make it at home, it adds a wonderful flavor. So this is about 1 heap teaspoon of jeera powder. And I'm just adding a pinch of kasturi methi. It's nice to rub it off so the flavors actually come alive again. This is dry. And I'm going to let this cook. I'm going to add some water and salt to it. And I'm going to cover this and let it cook. That's not a vodka water, by the way. It's a bottle of water. So I'm not adding vodka to the dal, just to clarify. You know, bottled waters, glass bottles are better to drink water from, not plastic bottles. We try to recycle the bottles as much as we can. So right now, after this, you're going to shut the lid, add some salt, shut the lid, and you're going to let it cook on a low flame for at least half an hour to 1 hour. So as you can see, this has been cooked for an hour. It's almost ready. But now at this stage, what I do is add the butter, the cream, and the garam masala. And you can just cover it with a lid and keep it cooking for at least 2-3 hours. That's the rest of the butter going in. It's really hot, so it's starting to melt now. Let's try to get all this butter off. That's the garam masala. That's about 3/4 of a teaspoon of garam masala. And that's the cream. Please don't use whipping cream because it will tear. The whole gravy will become granular with the cream. Use some cooking cream. That's the best. The Amul cooking cream or any of these other companies which have them. I'm just trying to get this cream off my spoon so I don't waste it. There you go. And now we're just going to cook this and let this cook for at least 2-3 hours. The longer you cook it, the better. The texture actually becomes quite nice. The velocity, that's the term, is wonderful when it's cooked for at least 4-5 hours. But even 2 hours is fine. So I'm just going to let this cook. The cream bits which you see in the middle, they'll also melt away. Now if you would like to add some Kashmiri lal mirch to it, you can as well. It gives it a nice redder color, but you can skip it as well. It's really up to you. I would recommend more Kashmiri lal mirch for the people who don't like it to be spicy. We won't make the dal very spicy, of course, but a little spicy. Sometimes the tomatoes that you use from the market are quite khatta, you know, so you can add some sugar to it to balance the flavor. So you know, all I'm doing it, once everything melts in, I'm just waiting for everything to melt, and once it does, then I'm going to decrease the flame and I'm going to let it simmer with a lid over it. This is the main part. Because see, you see the texture right now. See the texture, it's not all come together. It's just like, it's, you know, it's liquidy. And we've seen 2-3 hours, it would have become a lot more thicker and the whole dal would come together beautifully. So with the dal, it's cooking now. What I did do was I put about 1.5 glasses of water in it. Why put extra water? Because it's going to, you know, cook and the steam will get released. So we don't want the dal to get burnt because we're going to cook for at least half an hour. You know what the beauty of this actually is? Once you take it off the pressure cooker, you can cook it for at least 2-3 hours more and add the butter and add the cream. I'll show you. Because that that increases the viscosity of the curry, of the dal. So that's really amazing. It has a beautiful texture when you eat it. Also, you know, originally when they pressure cook the dal, they do it on a tandoor with like evenly shaped sizes of coal, which they buy very carefully, and that's why it has a smoky flavor. Unfortunately, I don't have that here, so I can't show you that. But I thought I should tell you how it's originally done. So as you guys can see, lower the flame a little bit. See, your dal is ready and is cooked. Now the more you cook this, the better it is. In fact, when I make this dal, it somehow tastes even better the next day because the flavor is just really beautifully set in. See. At this point, if you have more time to cook it, you can add some more water and cook it a little more for another 2 hours. You know, you can spend the whole day, like start in the morning and make the dal by dinner. It's really nice. If you see, it's become thicker. It's not so liquidy. Look at the texture of it. It's almost become a little gravy-ish. And now, I just served some dal on the bowl. There you go. And you can finish it off with some butter. And your dal makhani is ready. I usually like to add a little more water and let it cook a little more, but I'm showing you the two variations. This is still yummy and lovely. I hope you guys make this recipe and please share and tag us. My food company's name is Hearth and I. You can find me on Instagram.